Other versions might use poached chicken, bean sprouts, or fresh greens to keep that clean, fresh feeling. The noodles are usually medium, thin, and straight, so they don't feel too heavy and mix well with the light soup. The sourness makes the broth feel less oily. The smell of the lemon gets stronger with the heat in it. Can even make the soup taste salter without adding more salt. The cold lemon slices against the hot broth also add a small contrast in temperature. Tukman. Tukman. Or dipping noodles is a different kind of ramen where the noodles and soup are served separately, instead of everything in one bowl. This style started in 1961 with Kazuo Yamagishi, a famous ramen chef in Tokyo. The idea actually came from a simple staff meal. He notices workers dipping cold leftover noodles into hot soup so they could eat faster and stay cool in the summer. He saw potential in it, improved the recipe, and put it on the menu. The dipping broth is deliberately intense, far saltier and richer than a regular ramen broth because it's built to season noodles rather than to be consumed in volume. The most common version is a thick pork and fish-based broth with a strong hit of dried bonito or mackerel. Some versions are spicy. Some shops serve the broth boiling hot to compensate for the room temperature noodles. The noodles themselves are usually thick and chewy with more body than a standard ramen noodle, which helps them hold up to repeated dipping without falling apart. It opened the door for stronger, heavier flavors that would be too intense in a normal bowl of ramen. Over time, shops started pushing this even further, making thicker broths and bigger noodles, turning sukmen into its own major ramen style. Tantamen. Tantan is a direct Japanese adaptation of dandan noodles, the Sichuan dish of wheat noodles, served in a spicy sesame and chili sauce, topped with minced pork. When Chinese immigrants brought the dish to Japan, Japanese cooks transformed it into a soup-based version, adding broth to a dish that was originally much drier and saucier. The defining flavors are sesame and spice. The broth is usually built on a chicken or pork stock base, but gets its character from a tare made of sesame paste, chili oil, and soy sauce. The result is a broth that's nutty, warm with heat, and slightly thick from the sesame. Some versions lean heavily into the sesame to the point of tasting almost like a peanut sauce thinned into soup form. Others balance the sesame with enough chili that the heat is very dominant. Almost every version uses ground pork that's been stir-fried with a fermented chili bean paste as the main topping. Tantamen arrived in Japan in the 1950s through the network of Chinese restaurants in major cities, particularly in Yokohama's Chinatown, and it spread through regional ramen shops over the following decades.